This is a sledgehammer, and in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how this sledgehammer can teach you how to make six figures selling life insurance from home without buying any leads, and how you can predictably and reliably find clients who actually want life insurance and keep their policies for life. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can start generating your own leads as soon as tomorrow. And here's an example of a ton of the leads that we've generated for ourselves that has resulted in people asking us questions like this and messaging us and telling us they're interested, and it has actually resulted in over $310,000 in sales over the last few months here. Now, we're not the only ones that are doing this. Here's some people. I'm going to roll through these, and you can pause the video at any time that you want to kind of check out the results that they're having using the exact same system that I'm about to show you. And I'm not going to spend my time going through all of these individually because we would literally be here all day. But let's jump right in. I'm going to show you how you can use my 4-step automated selling system to get itchy to buy, hair on fire prospects, auto booking appointments on your calendar without ever even having to speak to them. This is an example of some people that had booked on my calendar, and here are some other people getting the exact same results, like David, who wrote over $3,000 getting his own pre-booked appointments. And like I said, I'm going to roll through here so you can pause it at any time if you want. Or you can just keep buying recycled leads and making over $500 per day like I was. But before I show you my system, first let me tell you who this is for. This is for people who are doing telesales, face-to-face agents who are trying to transition to telesales, people who are selling final expense. And let me tell you who this is not for. This is not for face-to-face agents who just want to do face-to-face. This is not for agents who only want to focus on recruiting, or agents who are focused only on annuities, health insurance, P&C, or agents with less than 70% compensation. Now, you're probably wondering who I am. My name is Julian Polito, and the chances are you're on this page because you saw an ad or a YouTube video with me on the left or my business partner, Tim, on the right. So let me ask you a question here. Are you sick and tired of buying leads every single week, jumping from lead vendor to lead vendor, trying to find a source of consistent leads you can actually rely on? You spend thousands of dollars on overpriced leads that are supposed to be premium or platinum or some other name, but when it comes time to deliver, it takes weeks to get all of your leads. And most of them never even pick up the phone. And it feels like you're literally setting money on fire. And the worst part is lead prices are still going up. And you're paying $25 to $30 per lead for what used to only cost $10 to $15. And with the FCC ruling that's banning most lead vendors, prices are going to skyrocket even higher in coming months. So or maybe you've tried buying leads on Fiverr, which is probably the worst money you've ever spent in your entire life. Or maybe you're frustrated that hundreds of people are calling the exact same leads that your IMO told you were exclusive, getting cussed out from people that swear they never filled anything out. And anytime you ask your upline a question or try to find a better solution, the answer is always the same. Buy more leads. It's a numbers game. And if you can't afford to buy more leads, they just tell you to put it on a credit card. And it makes you wonder, is the IMO really making money on selling insurance or on selling you leads? Maybe you've tried to generate your own leads in the past and you've paid for an overpriced course that teaches the same thing and that you could have found on YouTube for free. Or you've paid thousands to gurus to get them to set it up for you and never even generated a single lead because whenever you ask for help, it takes days to get a reply and they answer some BS story about why it's not working, or they're telling you to pay them more money for some inner circle mastermind as a solution. You got into this industry for financial freedom and time freedom just like I did, and to make a six-figure income without having a boss breathing down your neck. But now you're stuck working more and making less, spending over 10 hours a day on the phone just to talk to 2, maybe 3 people if you're lucky, and wasting thousands of dollars on leads that don't even know it's about life insurance. You're maybe even starting to wonder, is this industry right for me? You hear about all these agents that are making all this money, but you haven't seen the same success for yourself. And if that sounds like you, well, then you're in luck. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the exact system that took my agency from $0 to over $100,000 a month in just 85 days. And how you can ethically steal this exact system for yourself to predictably make over $10,000 a month from home. Sound good? Great. Now, before I reveal this, let me first say that it is not for everybody. I have to be extremely selective about who I share this with for reasons you'll understand in just a moment. But first, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is Eris and Eddie. They were struggling agents, barely making any money, having to sell insurance to their warm market, paying $60 a lead. And just a few months later, they went from writing $4 to $6K a week a month to over 30 to 40 grand per month. And this is some of the results and some of the things that they've said to us. And like I said, you can pause this if you want to check it out because we'll be here all day otherwise. Now, they said that we absolutely changed their life, which was awesome. This is Michelle. She was working junk leads that didn't even want to buy insurance, making sales, but drowning in freaking chargebacks, so she was barely breaking even. And after using this exact system that I'm about to share with you, this is what she's doing now, writing 32 to 35K per month. Here's some of the results she's gotten and some of the applications that she's written. But like I said, pause it if you want to see it. She's been paying off credit cards and doing this in a matter of months. Gina has never sold insurance before, and using this exact system I'm about to review with you, wrote 38K in her first month selling life insurance. That's her on the leaderboard, and here's some of the sales that she was making. This is Corey. He was working third shift, working literally selling his soul to the man, making it happen, trying to make it happen, and nothing was working. And he'd only ever sold 3 policies and considered leaving the industry. But after using this exact system I'm going to go over with you, he has left his job since and works from home doing the exact same thing I'm going to be showing you here. This is him on the leaderboard and some of the sales he's been making. Now, this is me again. I was making over $500 a day, working over 70 hours a week, wondering if there was a better way. And it turns out there was. In just 30 days, I was able to over double my sales and cut my workload in half. Now, before I tell you exactly how we're able to achieve these outlandish results, let me briefly explain who I am and why you should listen to me at all. These are some of the people, some of the big names that I've worked with in the industry. I've been in this industry for about 3.5 years now. I've done interviews with David Duford and Cody Askins, and this is a YouTube channel that we have helping life insurance agents sell life insurance from home, making 6 figures, and a big Facebook group that we have. But before all that, I was just a normal person working at a fine dine restaurant in my hometown in North Carolina. And when I first got into this business, I just wanted to be free. I did not want to work for someone else, and so I just decided I was going to go all in. And I actually saw some early success, as did my business partner. And we were selling life insurance week to week, and we were getting a lot of sales, but there was just one problem. So the problem is that the people that we were selling life insurance to didn't actually want life insurance. They just wanted a free Walmart gift card. And so we'd go in, we'd sell them, and then we would just get massive situations of chargebacks coming in. And it was to the point where we were literally drowning in chargebacks. I think Tim didn't even get paid for like 3 months at one point. It was ridiculousness. And so at that point, it was pretty dangerous. We were driving all over the roads, and I even got hit by an 18-wheeler. That's an 18-wheeler that literally T-boned me. And after this happened to me. I got T-boned, and 2 days earlier, I got hit and run by another 18-wheeler. It was absolutely bananas. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so dangerous. And so after all of this, that's my car. I developed a drinking problem. I let my health go, and I decided, wow, we need to do something different. And so Tim and I had this bright idea, realizing that this business might kill us, that we needed to generate better leads, people who really wanted insurance. And we needed to find a way to do this from home, right? And so we just thought to ourselves, well, why not create our own leads? That sounds like a great idea. The only problem is we had no clue what on earth we were doing, right? And so we studied, we tested, we spent thousands on courses and marketing programs, probably just like you have. And then it finally worked. The first ever telesales closed right there on one of the leads that we had just generated. It was so exciting. I remember this day like it was yesterday. And then they started falling out of the sky, one after the other. And this was my first 10K week, I believe, using this exact system that I'm about to go over with you. And so a lot of other people started seeing the same results when we started showing the same system to them. And so there's new agents that are using it that have never had any sales experience, people who are quitting their jobs, like Corey and Gina with no sales experience. And so now they're making sales regularly, right? And here's some more sales to kind of show you what it looks like on a day-to-day. And it's pretty cool because I've been invited to speak on stages with guys like David Duford. I've actually been able to have the luxury of giving away $10,000 at an event that Tim and I hosted, my business partner. And we've met some pretty cool cats like Kevin Harrington, who helped found Shark Tank, or John Maxwell, the #1 leadership expert in the world, or A-Rod, who used to play for the New York Yankees. If you're a baseball fan, you might know who that is, right? And this also allowed us to scale an agency from zero to over $100,000 a month in just 85 days, all using exactly what I'm about to show you. And I know this might be hard to believe. Maybe you think you could never even do this. And I'm with you. I felt the exact same way. It was crazy. But Virtually anyone can repeat this exact success using this proven system. Now, back to that sledgehammer that we talked about earlier and how it can help you make six figures selling life insurance from home without buying leads. Most agents right now are spending thousands of dollars on bait and switch leads that didn't even request information on life insurance. And then they call them over and over and over until they threaten to report you for harassment. Instead of selling people on buying life insurance, when you call them, you have to sell them on why they shouldn't hang up on you, right? And selling insurance this way is literally like trying to dig a hole with a sledgehammer. It's absolutely bananas. I know, I've done it, right? Not smart, okay? And if you're trying to sell insurance this way, this is the reason you are not earning the income that you want. It's not a reason, it is the reason. And this is exactly what I realized after slaving away for months, and I literally lost almost a year of my life doing this. Running this business the hardest way possible. I wasn't earning the money I needed to survive on a month-to-month basis, barely making ends meet, and my dreams of financial freedom were a ticking time bomb, right? But all that changed when I discovered the system that I'm about to share with you. And I promise you, this is not like anything you've ever seen or heard before. It's absolutely insane. So pay very close attention because this could be the big break that you've been looking for. Here's the scoop. The proven system allows you to generate red hot, ready to buy prospects, automate over half of your work, and talk to 6 times as many people per day. So you can finally make that 6-figure income to live the life of your dreams. This is what we do day in and day out for myself and other agents. And we've done it for hundreds of agents just like this. Like Dan, who is selling part-time and making it happen, right? And Johnny, who did this and had massive results early on. 42 grand in commissions in just 30 days. Right? Or Eris, we talked about her earlier. And like I said, I'm not going to go through every single thing here. You can pause it if you want to check out their results because I know you want me to go through and show you what's what. And after helping all these agents achieve these incredible results, I realized it all comes down to this one thing. The one thing that's holding you back right now, and that was holding me back from achieving financial freedom, time freedom, and finally earning the income that you deserve is literally this. The ability to predictably and reliably generate quality leads and convert them into issue paid policies, people who are paying their bills. And I know that sounds like insanely simple, right? But that's exactly what it comes down to. And so if you don't know exactly how much you need to spend right now on leads to get a client, you are running your business like a toddler with a telephone. And the key is to have a selling system that allows you to put in $1 and get $10 back, right? Because this needs to be something you can do day in and day out without much thought or effort. It should be as simple as like a vending machine, right? And this system is called the infinity pipeline. And this is like a quick illustration. More on this later, but again, pause it if you feel like you need to. This system literally doubled my sales from over 20 grand a month to over $40,000 a month on my own personal production. And this is exactly what took my agency from 0 to over 100K in just 85 days. This took me 3.5 long, painful, excruciating years to develop this. And I'm about to show you exactly how it works in this video. But first, I want to ask you a question. How would an extra 10 grand a month impact your life? Would anything change for you? Could you retire your spouse or your parents? Or maybe pay off that debt that's been hanging over your head for way too long? Maybe send your kids to private school or buy that dream vacation home that you can finally get to work from the beach at. Maybe invest into the stock market and buy real estate if that's what you want to do. Well, good news is the Infinity Pipeline will give you everything that you need to predictably and consistently sell as many policies as you want so you can finally write your own ticket. So, without any further ado, let me show you exactly how this thing works. Let's start with step 1. You need to generate a torrential downpour of high-quality leads. People who are kicking your door down to buy. People on average are spending over 7 hours a day online right now. And Facebook has over 3 billion monthly active users, which means that this new secret method, it can't even get oversaturated. It's literally never been easier and as cheap as it is today to find thousands of dream insurance clients. We're living in the golden age of selling insurance for anyone that takes full advantage of this. Agents used to have to literally use paper maps and go door to door with direct mailers to get this going. But with the power of technology, you can literally put an ad directly in front of someone right now on the other side of the country and get on the phone with them in seconds and start writing business. So step 1 of the Infinity Pipeline is to generate in-pain leads. Let me explain. Instead of using this bait and switch garbage that doesn't work anymore, you can literally, this is literally what your IMO and lead vendor are doing right now, by the way. We know, we were there. You can use highly targeted ads to find niche pockets of itchy to buy, hair on fire problem-solving prospects who have a major issue that needs to be solved right now. For example, truckers have one of the most dangerous jobs and constantly see car crashes and accidents all over the road. And so we target them with a message that reads out like a page ripped out of their own personal diary about providing for and protecting their family in the event of them passing away in an accident. Now, we found multiple of these white-hot niche pocket buyers, which is how our ads get crazy engagement and comments like this. More information, please and thank you. Please reach out to me. I'm interested, very interested. Do you think if people were reaching out to you like this, that you could write more business right now? My clients and I are selling insurance to these hot niche pockets already, and we're finding more and more of them every single day. This is exactly what Eris and Eddie did to get these types of results. After just 90 days, they went from writing literally 4 to 6K a month to 30 to 40K per month. And these are some of the results she's gotten, right? Grace and Shane, they found a niche market for cops and first responders for $3 to $5 leads. And look at this, they were scaling their agency, right? And their own production with doing this. So how do we find them? This is probably what you're wondering. Simple, very simple. Our marketing team spend hundreds of hours every single month scouring the deepest, darkest crevices of internet forums and marketplaces to find untapped pockets of buyers. Now, we also spend thousands of dollars per week on this to test these markets before handing these dream markets to our clients on a silver platter. We did the same thing with Siobhan, who was targeting hairstylists. Could you imagine? If you're tired of watching your credit card statement go up and as you spend more and more money on these Mickey Mouse leads and your checking account is barely moving right now, while the impending threat of chargebacks is literally looming over your head, who didn't even want the insurance to begin with, you need to start generating in-pain leads right now. And with the exact methods that we can teach you, I'll show you how you can get results like this, right? There's more and more, and pause it at any point if you want to look at this, because I'm just going to keep rolling, or we'll literally be here all year. In fact, we'll give you our top performing ads so you can literally just copy us. That's right. Every single month, we'll hand you all of our best performing ads on a silver platter that we spend thousands of our own hard-earned dollars on to test dozens and dozens of these just so we can find a couple that are killing it, right? You can have them without doing any of the work, just like this ad that generated us over 2,000 leads for just $5 and got 374 comments, right? People saying they're interested in learning more about this. Comments just like the ones we've shown you already. This brings me to step 2. Getting clients to book on your calendar on autopilot. So after we suck these people in with our highly targeted ads, we use a special questionnaire to gather more information about the clients. Stick with me, this is going to be crazy. These questions are designed to streamline the sales process and increase your average policy size. Here's how. This is going to highlight their pain and get them primed to buy, right? They're thinking about it. And once they've gone through that survey and they are primed to buy, we send them straight to your calendar to book in a time while this is still on top of mind, right? You can get auto booked appointments, people booking on your calendar without calling them. And this is the exact formula our clients are using to see results just like this. Over $3,000 in just 24 hours from 8 pre-booked appointments. Another pre-booked appointment that he sold. This is the ultimate agent guy, Adam Lindsay, over $7,000 in business, only working pre-booked appointments. Another pre-booked appointment, sold the first one ever. Another one, right? And another one. And I'm going to keep going. And there's one I got, right? That was awesome. And it keeps going and it keeps going. Pause it anytime if you want to check it out. But imagine waking up to a calendar that looks like this instead of something that's just white and empty, right? Something that looks full like it should, right? With prospects who are ready to buy. Now, instead of wondering where your next client is going to be coming from, you simply call your appointments and follow up with the promising leads. How many more policies do you think you could sell right now if you had people that were booking on your calendar, right? Without ever even speaking to them. They've seen the ad, they're a white hot buyer with a problem to solve. And now, what we used to have to do to try to get in this position as an agent was we'd have to hire a marketing agency to build our own ads. We'd have to create a landing page with custom coding, right? Get a website built. Code automations for hours. Sad face. Makes me want to pull my freaking hair out, right? There's a new way, a better way that's done for you already with a 4-hour setup time, which I'm about to explain to you in just a second, right? I need to show you step 3 before we get into that though. Let's talk about step 3, 100K a month insurance sales secrets. As you know, getting leads and appointments is literally just like one small piece of the puzzle. You must be able to take these people from stranger to sale and get them into an insurance policy now. Sounds simple enough, right? But this is actually why 92% of agents fail year after year. The key is to have a systemized sales process so that none of this stuff is left up to chance and you know exactly what to say in every possible situation. So if you're using a sales script that has sketchy, high-pressure tactics, like telling people that you're from the Senior Benefit Society, or that you're calling about a state-approved program, or that you have a no callback policy, or maybe you're even telling them that you're from the bank to service their mortgage, not only do you sound like every other person that has scammed the living crap out of them, but you are lying to your clients and putting yourself at major legal risk. The key is to treat the call like a consultation. You need to sell like a doctor who's diagnosing their pain and then prescribing the solution. Imagine, instead of lying to your prospect, you simply ask them questions and solve their problems, right? Not rocket science, is it? So agents who are selling the right way can actually sleep at night knowing they did the right thing, okay? This is exactly how we train all of our agents to sell, because it works. This is another agent who had no sales experience, who literally made 3 sales in one day with literally like this is in her first week. It's crazy. Or Corey, who quit his job, right? Doing this exact same system that I'm about to continue showing you here, right? Gina, no sales experience, 15K in 1 week. This is insanity. Her second week, Michelle, over $7,000. Look at that, 4 applications in 1 day. Or a 21-year-old who was in college working part-time using this exact system that I'm sharing with you here today, right? I'm going to give you the exact script that I used to scale my agency from 0 to over $100,000 a month in just 85 days. And this script is a question-based framework coupled with NEPQ to build trust with your clients, get them to share their deepest, darkest fears with you, and ask you to sign them up instead of the other way around. This is the most comprehensive, effective, and efficient battle-tested script that's stood the test of time through hundreds of thousands of phone calls from myself and other agents that has ever been created for life insurance telesales. But having a bulletproof script is literally just one piece of the same exact system that I'm telling you about right now. What truly separates the best from the rest is the ability to overcome obstacles and crank out objections. What if I told you the only thing that's separating you from a 6-figure income right now is the right word track to overcome simple objections? So let me ask you, what do you say when someone says, I need to think about it? What specifically do you need to think about? Or maybe you're saying when someone says they need to talk to their spouse, no problem, is your wife around? Or maybe you're saying when someone is not interested, well, what made you fill this out then? Or maybe you're being taught to just ignore the objections altogether. And if you're saying any of these things or completely ignoring them, you're losing thousands of dollars a week right now. Yep, that's right. And everything you've been taught about overcoming objections up until now is completely false. Because these outdated tactics may have worked 5 or even 6 years ago, but in today's day and age, with everything changing the way that it has in these last few years, our prospects are now too sophisticated for these vanilla sales tactics. I'm going to show you exactly what is working today for myself and other agents. And I'm going to give you the word-for-word overcomes to every single objection that you get on the phone in real time. That will turn even the most newbie agents into literal sales assassin. No more baby on the phone, right? Now you're going to be able to take over. So let's talk about step 4. AI and automation to put your business on crack. There's 3 things right now that keeps clients coming to you and sticking with you long term. Let's break them down. Number 1, you need to get people to book appointments and send them reminders so they actually show up, right? People that want to talk to you and remember to do it, right? Number 2, you need to keep them informed with their policy arrival, payment dates, etc., so that you look like a professional and not like a clown. Imagine if Amazon never sent you any reminders about your packages. Wouldn't you be frustrated? I certainly would be, right? And so let's talk about number 3. You need to contact them regularly and ensure the relationship stays intact. This is a relationship business. This is why you don't have websites that are selling insurance yet, right? It's not been cracked because you need to have a relationship. But let's be honest, this work is absolutely exhausting. I know, I've been doing it for years. But while all this stuff doesn't make you money, you do have to do it or you will drown in a sea of chargebacks. I've been there too. But that's kind of like, that's what we thought, right? After years of testing this though, what we found is that we found a way to automate all this work and actually turn it not from just trying to not have chargebacks, but to turn it into actually a dollar producing activity where we're making money off of these efforts. Let me explain. Using a combination of handwritten letters, emails, and text messages that's fully automated. You don't have to send any of it yourself. You can get your clients paying their premiums, buying more insurance from you, and referring their friends and family, lining your pockets with more profits instead of just hustling and running around like a chicken with your head cut off, right? This is Michelle. This is what she had to say about it. Feel free to pause this at any point, but she said that it all jives together and it's really helpful for the agent and the client, right? And you can, like I said, these guys and gals are all using the exact same system that I'm sharing with you here today. Now, this is what these calendars are looking like. People who are red hot, ready to buy. So let me ask you, if we handed you a proven to work ads on a silver platter, just handed it right to you, our exact sales funnel will get you itchy to buy, hair on fire prospects booking on your calendar, and then handed you our exact word for word sales script and objection overcomes that I use in my own calls to write over $40K a month. And on top of that, gave you access to all of our AI automation so that you can get more clients coming to you now. Sell more insurance to each of these clients and get more referrals and eliminate chargebacks. How much more business do you think you could sell per month? Would it be 5,000 more per month in business? 10,000 more in business per month? 20,000 more in business per month? That's what this did for me, which is why I'm excited to share it with you here today. Could you double what you're doing right now? I did, right? What if you had a system that you could predictably take a $1 bill and put it in and get a $10 bill back? How many times would you play the game? Congratulations, you're financially free if you're doing that, right? And so this is what David Householder was doing with this exact system, putting in $1 and getting 17 back. Or John Carlo, who was putting in $1 and getting 19 back. And if at this point you're probably like, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy. Your skepticism is probably through the roof, and the skepticism alarm is probably going off in your head. I totally get it. I would think the exact same thing. Back when I was doing this in person, I would have thought the exact same thing. Because if I didn't see all these agents getting the exact same results with the exact same system, I probably wouldn't even believe what I'm showing you right now, right? But here they are. They're all getting the exact same results, doing the same thing. And I'm going to keep going. Feel free to pause it at any time because otherwise I would fall asleep because we'd be here literally all year. So now before we jump in, gosh, it never ends. Holy crap. And just going to keep going. And at this point, you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, this is ridiculousness. How can I get my hands on the Infinity Pipeline and get this puppy cranking for your own business? Well, what I just showed you on this video is a 10,000 foot overview of the Infinity Pipeline, but there's a whole lot of automation wizardry that goes on behind the scenes. Let me ask you a question. How would you like to have me and my team help you install the Infinity Pipeline in your business now? We'll give you all the ads, automations, funnels, scripts, word tracks, gizmos, and more so that you can use the Infinity Pipeline to start making 6 figures from home without buying any leads. If that sounds like an opportunity of a lifetime to you, which it is, by the way, simply click the button below this video, book in a call, and this will be a 45-minute strategy session with either me or someone from my team. And on this call, we're going to put together a customized game plan for you based on your situation that's going to help you scale this puppy up the fastest. We're going to look at where you are right now and where you want to go. And we're going to lay out a roadmap specifically tailored to your goals. But first, I do have a word of warning. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is for legitimate people who are looking to build a successful insurance business and people who are willing to put in the hours to make this happen. You must also be willing to follow instructions and not be difficult to work with. We have a strict no asshole policy, okay? And this is also not for people who are broke and unable to invest in their business. And the last thing we want to do is invest all of our time, energy, money, and savvy and know-how into somebody who's lazy, annoying, and unwilling to follow instructions and take action now. So if you can agree to that, all you need to do is click the button below, book in your call, and just to be super, super clear here, this is not a sales call, right? It is simply a free strategy session so that we can go over where you're at and more importantly, provide value to you in advance. This call is simply about finding out whether or not you're a fit for a system like this or not. And if you are, we'll give you all the details, including the investment required to get started. If not, we'll politely and respectfully let you know it is not a good fit, no hard feelings. So in short, what I'm offering you here is the chance of a lifetime and a way for you to finally achieve the 6-figure income that you're looking for selling life insurance. But please note, this message will be seen by thousands of people. And so way more people will apply for this opportunity than we have slots for in my calendar and my team's calendar. I'll be awarding positions to people who qualify on a first come and first served basis. So don't waste any time. Click the button below now and fill in your details to secure the next available session. Do it right now. Now, lastly, I would just like to say, this is truly a rare opportunity to make a six-figure income working from home. And the way that I see it is that you've got two options here. First, you could forget about everything I've just told you today, and you could go back to doing exactly what you've always been doing, which means you're going to get exactly what you've always gotten. And let's face it, if you were happy with your income, you would not be listening to this message right now. But you are listening to this message, which tells me that you're ready for a change. If that's true, then doing nothing makes absolutely zero sense at all. You've got to take action. Your second option is very simple. You can bite the bullet and just accept that to make six figures working from home, selling life insurance in the fastest time possible, that it just makes sense, complete logical sense, to get a proven roadmap from someone who already has gotten to where you want to be. And avoid all the wasted time, money, and energy in hoping and praying you'll make it to the promised land. To get started, all you have to do is simply click the link below this video right now, schedule a call to find out if you qualify. So if you're ready to finally make a six-figure selling life insurance from home, click the link below this video now, and I'll speak to you soon.